Without a good question, a good answer has no place to go. From Clayton Christensen is the quote I wanted to start off with, right? And that's basically by design, these questions are called powerful questions. That's what they generate, powerful responses. Let's look at it some more. Powerful questions, they build space for the answers that you're seeking from your coaches, from your mentees, from your teams, right? Very open questions, short questions without any additional context to it. And you see yes, no, canceled, and why canceled. Just curious to hear from you why there are no why questions or questions which generate binary responses. Just want to hear from a couple of you why that may be the case.
Well, you want to create a conversation, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we're not doing the 5 whys.
Yep.
My first thought was it polarizes the conversation. It immediately puts you on one side or the other versus.
Why not do the why?
Yep. So the great question, and actually the polarization input is great to that answer as well, right? Like it just gets you into a very defensive kind of a mode already. So there is a question, there is a space for whys, just that coaching and mentoring shies away from that. There is space for why questions in design thinking world and convergent and divergent aspects that you're doing there, problem solving, 5 whys, all of that. In a coaching conversation, why are you saying that? Why are you not doing this? Why did you even step up into this? Defensiveness. The coachee will want to defend him or her. The conversation does not get anywhere. So you want it to be more open-ended. That's what, like somebody said, like you need to generate a conversation. That's where powerful questions are more in the territory of how and a what. It's an occasional when.
So it seems to me you're not against why. If I say, so why do you think that? That's an open-ended question. You're against the why didn't you, or you're avoiding a why that masks some kind of injunction or guidance. It seems like.
Actually, I'm saying
like
that you should avoid why completely.
Oh, really?
Whether even if it's having a positive affirmation to it, you should avoid a why, because it
why
just
do you
takes
think that?
We'll get to that. Let's get to the practice. I want you to experience that. Yes. But I appreciate the question. We'll get to that. So as you looked at the whole arc, right? The exploration to the action zone, if you recollect the coaching arc, here are some examples of powerful questions, right? Which generate that exploration between a coach and a coachee, or a mentor and a mentee, where you're just first on the exploration side. What's on your mind? What do you feel about it? What else? What does success look like? And you probably heard some of these questions as Ed and I were kind of having that demo session. And then there are some action-oriented questions. So what can you try? What are you taking away from the conversation? What is most useful to you? What is the one thing that you have learned, right? In that conversation. So again, very what and how focused. And if you want to make a coaching conversation very powerful, and you are trying to land a question on whatever that question is, and if you're in doubt, like, what that question should be, just start it with a how or a what. It will result in a conversational dialogue. And hence I associate this with a quote of, Vanessa Redgrave, that ask the right questions if you're going to find the right answers and have them more powerful, right? And this only comes with practice. And hence, I have this whole stack with me of about 200 questions, which I got through my course, which I did. I always have this handy with me because I'm just kind of still trying to find out, just practicing how can I land the most powerful question in that moment. And I fail at that mostly, but occasionally I do succeed, and it's only getting better with practice, right? And you don't have to stress yourself over let me find that magical question. Whatever comes in the moment, be with it, but just start it with a what and a how, you will be fine.